Fast is not always best. Sit down. Let me tell you about the Indomie generation, the instant generation. You see, Africa is a land that is blessed with vegetation. Africa is blessed with numerous of agriculture. The northern, the eastern, the western, the sub-Saharan. Africa is so diverse as a nation, that as a continent, that there should be no way that there is a scarcity in rich, nutritious food. There should be no way that there is a deficiency in nutrition. Malnutrition should not be our destiny. Malnutrition should not be a thing. But unfortunately, we have mismanaged our visitations. We have adopted a culture of fast, instant. We want it quick. But these same very quick, instant meals that are easy to prepare, that are easy to microwave. First of all, the idea of a microwave, it allows the food to be fast and hot and heating at a specific time, but there's so many radiation issues, so many cancerous issues. You see, the West have this culture where when they are proclaiming medicine, when they are proclaiming side effects, do you know what they do? They quickly skip over the side effects and focus on how instant, how fast things are. And we see this, and our media has endorsed it, and most of our big corporations are not even locally owned. We import tomatoes, we import agriculture, things that we grow ourselves. Why is it that our poultry farm, why is it that our vegetations are being not advertised? Why is it that we have adopted these fast and pasteurized food, artificially engineered food, GMOs, which means genetically modified? You see, they in the United States and in many Western countries, the idea is they grow because they want the economy to be able to grow faster. And some of them do not have the lands, do not have the vegetation, do not have the diversity of crops, do not have variations. But that is not the same for us. The eastern part of Africa alone produces great cattle, great farmery, great agriculture. Then the west, then the north, all aspects of different countries, they all have the ability to gross an income that will sustain us and that will support us if we just take the time to invest in our farmers. But no, we've left behind the idea of growing our own fruit. We've left behind the nutrition that God has freely given to us. And we've gone and we've allowed ourselves to have contracts. Our leaders have allowed ourselves to have contracts with countries that in exchange for fast manufacturing companies, I guess they get some kind of shares. How many made in China things are in Africa? It is about time we wake up. Our youth are dying. First, Africa used to be a nation that some of the most physically healthy people, we are known for our stature, our bone density, how strong we are. Athletes come from us. Many great individuals come from us physically. Our mental health. We were not known for a country that is full of anxious people. But you see, some of these issues, disorders, actually stem from what we are feeding ourselves. Let us go back to our roots. Let us go back to our agriculture. I remember the times when every household had a garden, had a farm, where everything was grown. We traded among ourselves. None of our farms had genetically enhanced animals. All were homegrown. You see, but somehow we have exchanged the idea of fast and instant and how big something is. We have exchanged it for the raw, natural things that we own. It's time to go back because we are playing with the future and the health of our nation. So I encourage individuals who play a role in leadership to please consider the causes of cancers and radiation, the side effects that are plaguing our people. There are so many things that we are not aware of. The moringa, the shea butters. The truth is, these experts come to Africa. They come to different parts of our nation. Ghana, Kenya, they go East Africa. They go across everywhere. And guess what they do? They study from our grandmas in the village. They study and they look at the natural aspect, how God himself has designed that every fruit-bearing tree, that every stem from a tree, that every part of nature contributes as herbs. You see, even in medicine, is herbs that are used for medicine. And guess what? They take these concepts and then they rebrand it, they repackage it, and they even add to it. They add other things that will preserve it, and they sell it and ship it, and they keep the benefit. Meanwhile, we are here struggling, and we buy from these same countries who have infused chemicals. So it's about time we look within our coffers, see what we have. You name it. When it comes to nutrition, we have a vast amount of vegetation to choose from. When it comes to herbs, things that would help our nails and our hair grow, collagen, we have it all. Let us go back to let us learn from our mothers. You see, a lot of times we think that their idea is old school. But the old school is what kept their hair growing long and luscious, full voluminous hair. The old school is what allowed us to have the eyesight that we have. Now, Africa is becoming a country of 4 eyes, a nation of 4 eyes, whereby most people now need glasses, right? Because of the screen time has increased. What happened to the times where after meals, families will meet together and not everybody just staying in their rooms and, being isolated? We are adopting Western culture. We are adopting Western eating habits. We are adopting Western style of dressing, and we are leaving our fine print. We are leaving our homemade. And the truth is, the fabrics that we buy, I don't want to name nations and I don't want to name companies, but there are many companies that are using chemicals